Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's do our chanting before we start our meditation. You can turn to page number 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato
සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස.
The three refuges.
බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တတိယံ පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တတိယံ පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တတိယံ පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි.
Next page. The five precepts.
පානාති පාතා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි අදින්නාදානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි කාමීසු මිච්ඡාචාරා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි සුරාමීරය මජ්ජ පමාදත්තානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි.
On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විඤ්ඤාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakhato bhagavata dhammo sanvittiko akaliko epassiko opanayiko paccattam vedittabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sangho Samīcipatipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sangho Yatidang cattari purisa yugani Atta purisa punggala Esa bhagavatu sāvaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyak ketang lokasnsati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page, offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditene Dīpena tamadang sena Tiloka dīpang sambuddhang Pujayami tamunudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene Dupenahang sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyang tang Puja bhajana muttamam. Offering of flowers. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santatin pujayami munim dasasa siripada saroruhe Pujemi buddhang kusumena nene punyena metena labhami mokkhang uppang milayati ataidam me Kayo tatayati vinasa bhavan. offering of water.
Adhivasetu no bhante paniyang parikappitam anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adhivasetu no bhante gilana paccayang imam anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyang sabbang sabbetani supatititang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being.
Namaseniyam Namasemano Ratanante ayang yang Punyabhi sandang Vipulang alatang Tansanubhavena Hatantarayo
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that followed the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities, as a smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This
This
is
is
the
the
path
path to
to
purification.
purification. Excellent,
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 excellent, excellent.
excellent.
Okay, welcome everyone for our meditation session. And today we moved inside. So now weather is not favorable to do our outdoor meditation, but we all enjoyed uh, in that outdoor meditation. So let us now return to our usual place. I hope that the shrine, this environment is already registered in your mind, so you can very quickly, uh, come to your mode of meditation. So let us rejoice this moment. Today we have three of us, and so many other spiritual friends joining through online to help our practice. So although we are individually by ourselves in different places, but we are connected as a group to do this practice together. So rejoice that you have a great support. You have connected people who are doing practicing together with you at the same time. And rejoice this moment, rejoice this opportunity. So with that, rejoice, make a determination. I will engage in a committed practice right now. I will make use of this opportunity. I will make use of this wholesome online gathering, and I will make use of this guidance, and I will engage in a wholesome, committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, let us now listen to this bell to help ourselves to come to this present moment. And then at the end of the bell, we will do our chant, Namo Buddhaya, the further to help us to settle in this moment. And at the end of the chant, Bhante Punna will help us to practice loving kindness meditation and meditation on breathing.
Spiritual friends, now we will practice the meditation. Now we all know in our Wednesday night we practice loving kindness meditation, and also we practice breathing meditation to cultivate mindfulness and the wisdom. By venerating and reciting and chanting Now we have come into a very peaceful moment. We have closed our eyes gently and we are sitting, keeping our upper body upright and resting our palms on the lap, placing both legs nicely, mostly in cross leg posture. Deeply focus your attention to your posture and feel feel your body. This posture is very precious. You have closed your eyes not to sleep but to really wake up. Bring your attention and feel the body and relax the body. Physical relaxation, physical establishment, or the maintaining the motionless posture is very helpful for this sitting meditation. We feel our body and we scan our body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. And we feel all the feelings in our body. Then we relax our body. We will feel our forehead and the head, back of the head. Feel if you notice some sort of pressure, tension, or any other heavy feelings on your forehead, feel them. Feel, feel, feel. Notice that you can relax your forehead. Just drop down and relax. Relax and feel no longer tension, the pressure, tightness on your forehead. If still you have some sort of unhealthy feelings constantly, just relax and relax and relax. Feel your gently closed eyes and relax. Relax. Feel your facial muscles. We will invite a very gentle and genuine smile, like smiling with a baby. Have the smiling thoughts in your mind, then you can feel the fresh feelings on your facial muscles. Relax by maintaining the pleasant smile. Just relax. Feel your both shoulders, shoulder blades, upper arms, lower arms, palms, and fingers. And drop down both shoulders and let both arms to hang and rest the palms on the lap. The fingers are not touching each other, giving any pressure. Just relax and relax. Feel your chest muscles, tummy muscles, upper and lower back muscles, and relax. Feel your upper body, the entire body. The weight of the body is flowing down through the spinal cord, the disc, backbones, not getting any pressure to the back muscles. Maintain the three curves to keep the balance upright body. And feel the sitting muscles. If you notice any pressure, any numbness because of the nerve pinch, and you can just very gently reposition and move little bit and readjust your posture and maintain the very pleasant sitting. Feel your both legs to the tips of the toes. Feel and just relax. Relax means just let body to be in this posture. Here onwards, you are not moving your body abruptly back and forth here and there. Just let body to be in this posture. Just relax, relax, relax. Relax your body. Letting body to be in this posture. Now we can draw our attention to our thoughts in our mind. Thoughts are occurring constantly. But right now, we are not just let thoughts to occur in our mind. We guide our mind. We start to think mindfully instead of occurring thoughts. Now we are going to guide our mind. First, observe the mind and notice the thoughts. Unorganized, unguided thoughts constantly occurring. Thoughts are occurring. Unguided mind is like a plant, a tree, which is growing itself without having proper prunes, proper maintenance. Right now, we observe the thoughts, they have their own natural shapes. anger, sensual desire, sloth and torpor, restlessness, doubt, and so forth. Many unwholesome thoughts can be occurred all the time in our mind. Notice thoughts are occurring, but giving proper attention to our mind here and now, we understand thoughts are occurring with the support of the past memories and future expectations. Right now, we deeply understand past is gone, future is not yet come true. Therefore, we can just let them go. The lessons that you learn from the past, let them to be there. The lessons will protect you from the danger, but not to maintain any grudge, lamentation, worries, anxieties, or any other suppressive thoughts. If there are any so called thoughts, just let them go. The past is gone. Also, the future. If there are any anxious thoughts, understand future is not yet come true and let them go. By letting go the past and the future, truly we can draw our attention to the present moment. Right now you are sitting. Right now you are sitting in front of the Buddha statue. Right now you are sitting with your spiritual friends. Being in the present moment with the spiritual friends, you can have some wholesome thoughts in your mind. We can invite wholesome thought and thoughts into our mind. Our present wholesome thought is always loving kindness. Invite loving kindness thoughts into your mind. To understand unconditional love, we use the simile given by the Buddha. A mother who takes care of her only baby. The energy, the dedication of the mother is precious, unfathomable. Same kind of healing, loving kindness thoughts we will invite into our mind. With this kind of pure loving kindness, we know the mother is maintaining compassion, tolerance, patience, appreciation, forgiveness, generosity, and many most beautiful thoughts. We will take care of our own mind, same as a mother who take care of her only baby. We need a peaceful mind all the time. We need healthy mind. We know how precious the wholesome mind is. We will take care of our mind. We will take care of our mind spiritually. We will take care of our mind with the support of the loving kindness and make a genuine wish. May my mind be well. May no harmful thoughts come into my mind. May my mind be righteous. May my mind be wholesome. May all the wholesome qualities grow in my mind. Feel the pleasant friendliness, friendly feelings, and friendly thoughts in your mind. Feel the loving kindness. Loving kindness thoughts. Loving kindness mind can heal your own body. Loving kindness, healthy emotions stimulates the glands in the body to secrete healthy hormones to the blood circulation. And stress and negative thought patterns slowly will disappear. Friendly thoughts will appear. Positive and healthy hormones will release and secrete to the bloodstream. And slowly we can have a healthy body with the support of the loving kindness. Even by relaxing the body, you can feel you totally relax your body. Even now, having healthy thoughts, you can feel the pleasant, peaceful feelings in your body. May this body be healed. Radiate your loving kindness to your body from the skin to the internal organs. You can just wander inside of your body and outside of your body and radiate loving kindness to your body. Healing loving kindness can bring the good health into this body due to the stress, due to the unnecessary, harmful, aggressive hormones. There could be some wrong mutations in this body. But right now, healing, soothing, loving kindness slowly work on all those wrong mutations and correct them even in the cellular level. May this body be healed. May this body be healed. Feel the loving kindness mentally. Feel the loving kindness physically. You can feel your loving kindness like a relaxation, peace, comfort onto your body. Feel and relax. May this body and mind be healed, be healthy, be healthy. Radiate loving kindness, radiate loving kindness to your body and to your mind. Feel your loving kindness. You can share your loving kindness, same healing loving kindness with everybody, with all beings. We will start to share our loving kindness with our spiritual friends. May my spiritual friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. Even you can share your loving kindness with your friends, relatives, and family members near and far. May they be well, may they be happy, may they be peaceful. Radiate your loving kindness to all the people in your neighborhood, in your city, in the neighboring cities, in your county, neighboring counties, in the state, neighboring states, throughout the nation, all the people who are in difficulties right now, may they be free from difficulties. May they be well. May they be well. May they be healthy. Expand your loving kindness to the people in the outside of the countries, neighboring countries, all around the world. May all people be healed, be healthy, be healthy. May all people be healthy, be peaceful. Radiate loving kindness to all the other beings, all the animals, all the creatures, all the insects, all invisible and visible, near and far. May all beings in the direction of your front, back, left, right, above, and below. May all beings be well. Now feel your great, deep, strong loving kindness. You are radiating so much of powerful loving kindness. Feel your generous loving kindness. Feel your happiness through the loving kindness. Wishing loving kindness to all beings, you truly enjoy your own deep loving kindness. Your guided mind is now loving kindness. You have loving kindness thoughts in your mind. Very gently, very nicely, you contain your mind towards the wholesomeness. You have a loving kindness mind. You have loving kindness thoughts in your mind. Feel the guided thoughts. Feel thoughts, loving kindness thoughts. Feel the rapture and pleasure of the loving kindness that you create within. Feel your mind is ready to. Your mind is ready to remain in this loving kindness. That because this loving kindness is here and now, it is peaceful, it is healthy, it is not disturbing, and you can remain in your loving kindness. Enjoy your loving kindness. Remain silently. If you feel that you want, and you can have a wide chat with the loving kindness. Contemplate on loving kindness. Maintain your awareness on loving kindness. Have loving kindness thoughts. Feel the rapture and pleasure of your loving kindness. Enjoy your deep loving kindness for a while. May you be well. May you be well. May you be well. You can use your lovely attention to practice breathing meditation. In breathing meditation, you feel in breath and out breath. First, if you want to feel, you can have a deep breath thoughtfully, then slowly feel the breath in and out and maintain your awareness on your natural breath. You are not controlling your breath, but you are maintaining your awareness on your natural breath, breathing in and out. You cultivate mindfulness. First, keeping your attention on your breath. Slowly, you can deeply penetrate and understand the real nature of in breath and out breath, and same way you can understand everything as they are, and you can reach to the wisdom. Right now, just relax and observe the natural breath. Practice breathing meditation.
Dukkha pataje nidukkha bhayapattaje nibbhaya sukapattaje nisukha hontu sabbe panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Let us gently come out of the meditation and gently put our palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful for great teachers in the past, the enlightened masters in the past, who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to whoever helped our meditation tonight, and to all others who even tried not to disturb our meditation tonight. Let us also feel grateful to this device that help us to connect to this meditation, and even to other non-living things, including our chair, the cushion, the bell, and everything. With deep gratitude towards all people and all things that made this meditation possible for us today, let us say sadhu 3 times.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, welcome, and I hope that today we all had a nice meditation. And thank you, Bante, for helping us. And in fact, so next week Bante will be away, right? Yes, yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. So today we are back to our, inside shrine after a while, and so today for our discussion. In the email that you got about, I think this morning or maybe last night, about we usually send reminding emails to everyone, reminding the meditation. So in that email, we had a nice quote from a rabbi, from Rabbi Jeffrey Myers, who is from Pittsburgh, uh, Tree of Life Synagogue. We know that this is October, and in the end of the October, we know that 2 years ago we had that unfortunate shooting happen in the synagogue. So in that moment, so of course, next week, yeah, maybe end of this week or next week will be the commemoration of 11 lives lost in that incident, and also in general, we will have some joint effort to think about all the violence happen in the religious places, and we want to educate everyone about other religious faiths, and then hopefully we can educate and have more knowledge and wisdom about our own about our faith traditions. So there are a lot of efforts on that. So in that event, Rabbi Jeffrey Mayers made a nice statement. So you got that, I think. So generally in that the message, he was emphasizing the importance of us communicating, our speech, how we can be mindful about our speech and not to use our speech to not to use our speech to promote hate. I think his speech is definitely very important. Skills that we all have as human beings. We can use that skill to heal. As just Bante just did right now, helping us to develop loving kindness. But that skill can also be used in other ways. So Rabbi Jeffrey Myers have that very important quote. So based on following that, today I would like us to spend some time on reflecting on this hate, this mental state that we all are vulnerable to have. I'm not going to talk about all the prejudices and biases and our ignorance about our other faith traditions, and and much has have been discussed on that. But today I would like you to pay some attention to this possibility that very in the very individual personal level, that we all have this vulnerability to experience hate, um, experience anger, and then which can develop to prolong anger, which we call hate or ill will. So anger can be something that is spontaneously arising in us, and then if we when we prolong, when we have a prolonged anger, we can call it ill will or hate. But I think what is what this emotion, this mental state that we all are experiencing. Although we use simple terms, I think what the benefit that we can get from the Buddha's teaching is to understand this what we call anger or hate is actually not a simple or single thing. It is more of a spectrum. So in order for us to deal with our own personal anger, or our effort to go beyond uh, that go beyond the anger, is so important for us to understand the specter, or maybe the gradual uh, process of this mental phenomena that we all are experiencing on daily basis, actually. Because when you understand that a spectrum, that maybe that continuum, and when we understand that, it's much easier for us to deal with them, with that. So although we call it hate, but most of the time we may not experience hate, but we may experience other shades of this mental phenomena. And so when we um, when we want to uh, deal with that, is important that how these whole things start in our mind. So there are different terms in the Buddha's language, in Pali, to refer to different stages, different steps in this whole process. um, Usually, the initial moment that we experience, the very initial, very rudimentary, very primary instance of this mental phenomena, can be called some that encounter of an unpleasant or maybe disagreeable, um, unpleasant or disagreeable experience, disagreeable stimulus, disagreeable sound, disagreeable image, and this something that this disagreeable, that is unpleasant. So this is common, in our life, when you live with your, home, and maybe outside, when you work with in your office or other places, and even when travel along the way, you may encounter unpleasant things, either through your ears or eye, and even we can have unpleasant smell, and sometimes we can also have unpleasant taste. So that is the beginning point. So we really need to understand that whatever experience or anger that we will undergo, start with a very rudimentary initial uh, sensory experience. So it is initially an unpleasant or disagreeable experience, disagreeable encounter of some sound, taste, or image or something. So that is something that is start, and then initially what we develop will be what we develop kind of dislike inside. So we experience a unpleasant, disagreeable, you know, um, simple thing, and then we develop initial dislike to that, initial experience, and then um, and as long as we don't see it, and we can develop it to irritation, maybe little bit, little bit aggravated level, from dislike to an irritation, and from irritation it can develop into like resistant or bitterness, little bit of resistance, and then from there it can develop into anger. And some cases, if we have, if you develop anger a few times to the same kind of experience or the same kind of person or same kind of incident, and it can also develop into ill will, more like a prolonged mental state of dislike. And then, so the question we can ask, I mean, if we can, so in this case, when you understand that, so understand there's a continuum, there's a process. Anger doesn't come to us at once, or hate never occur in our mind at once. It is a result of a little long process. Although I call it long, it can happen very fast, but there are different stages of that. And so first, we need to understand that there are different stages, and then if we can use our mindfulness to recognize at whatever stage that we are in, and that's where we can, break this cycle. We can break this continuum of, mental phenomena. So I think in the Buddhist practice, what we have to do is first we need to accept that that the anger, maybe dislike, whatever that whatever shades of that mental phenomena is existing, it's present in our mind. So the first Buddhist approach to anger will be first acknowledging and accepting that such an irritation is present in my mind, and that's the mindfulness and observation, and then acceptance of that. And then so then also, based on the knowledge that we just from the Buddha's teaching, understanding this spectrum, and we can, whenever we become aware that such an irritation, such an unsettled mind is here right now, so then we can make a certain evaluation. Is it an initial stage of dislike, or it is little, strong level of irritation? So then we can make such an evaluation. What kind of state I am in right now. It could be, due to what you saw in the road. Maybe due to a bumper sticker. Due to the way that someone was driving the car, or maybe what you saw in the TV, or radio, right? And maybe even whatever conversation you had with someone. So whatever, so it has those different stages. But important thing is that at whatever moment we have to become aware of that irritation. The earlier we become aware, the easier to handle. But sometimes it doesn't happen all the time. So I think that's the benefit of practicing this meditation. The more mindfulness you develop, by observing the breath, you are developing that skill of mindfulness. The stronger the mindfulness, you will detect it at the earliest stage. But sometimes we may detect it only at the latest stage. But whatever stage, we first thing we need to understand, we really have to do is to become aware of it and accept that such a irritation is present in me, and then maybe do a little evaluation. What is it, the primary stage or advanced stage? And then of course, once you recognize that we can do something about it. In order for us to do something about it, we also then need to understand what actually makes this simple dislike that we initially develop into a anger or hate. What really makes this process going? It's not automatic. So there's a very important teachings of the Buddha. Buddha says that what really makes a simple, unpleasant experience to become an anger is actually, the Buddha used the term ayoniso manasikara, right? So we have two, so it's mainly a way of thinking, there are two ways of thinking. One is called yoniso manasikara, the other one is called ayoniso manasikara, right? But how we say in English, yoniso and ayoniso manasikara. So two ways of thinking that we can do in our day-to-day thinking. So sometimes it has been translated as wise reflection, right? Yeah. Yoniso manasikara is sometimes translated as wise thinking, wise reflection, or the ayoniso manasikara is translated as unwise thinking. But generally, it's so the whenever we encounter an unpleasant something, how we deal with it, how we think about it, can be two different ways. Either we can think about it in the way that we can, develop our anger, or we can also think about it in a way that it will not develop anger. Maybe develop some different emotion, maybe different understanding. So we can call it wise and
Bante,
unwise.
we can translate wise
Yon,
Ioniso Manasikara and Ioniso Manasikara this way. In Ioniso Manasikara, you don't aware of the cause.
hmm,
In only the effect.
effect. Okay.
Okay, but Ioniso Manasikara, you are aware of cause and effect both.
Okay. So in the let's say wise way of thinking, you analyze how this whole experience occurs, like the
Yeah,
cause and effect
yeah,
connection.
relationship, and
Yeah.
then you can
You can analyze your own experience. Okay, so I experienced a
and
dislike, and then how that whole experience occurred.
yeah,
Yeah.
then you can understand how that dislike or whatever that mentality appear in your mind, what sort of gradual spectrum that, as
Yeah,
you said, that
spectrum. Yeah.
uh, gradual growth
Yeah.
in negative way.
Negative.
And there is some kind of goal to investigate the origin of the happening of the anger.
Anger.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you don't see the origin or the gradual process, we will simply develop it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So whatever the main point here is actually feed what feed this dislike into an anger are our thoughts. Means that how we interpret it, and how we what kinds of other memories that we will connect to this incident into this. So our thought patterns, the way we think about it, the way we interpret it, way we connect it to other experience, that is the mechanism. That is where we will decide whether that initial dislike will develop into an anger, or maybe different understanding. So the big role is playing the big role is played by our thoughts, our interpretation, the thoughts, how we cognitively function this. So let's say you heard a news item, something, and you interpret it in a particular way, and then you will connect that to many other experiences. Maybe you heard an unpleasant, speech from someone, and then it is unpleasant. What you initially develop will be dislike, and then you can connect that to so many other things happen in the past, and based on that can develop into more stronger dislike or irritation and anger. So that's where Buddha wanted us to pay attention. First, we have to become aware that there's an irritation present here, and then we have to be careful about the thoughts we develop on that. What kind of memories we are connecting to this rudimentary experience, and what kind of interpretation, what kind of imagination we are doing. We can even say that this person is always like that, and then we can imagine. So that whole thoughts patterns, the way we think, way we relate to that, way we interpret it, that is the mechanism that will develop our initial dislike into an anger. So it's happening inside. So the Buddha wanted us to pay attention to that whole process and make it yoniso, like make it reflecting on the very experience, rather than unmindfully letting these different thoughts to like come and feed this initial dislike and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. These thoughts are like fuel to the fire, and put if you don't contribute to this initial dislike, initial disagreeable, if you don't contribute any of our thoughts, and it will not develop into an anger. That's the point. So we can pay attention to that. So we will always experience disagreeable things. We will always experience unpleasant things because the world is not full of only full of pleasant things, and we'll always experience both pleasant and unpleasant things. We'll always experience agreeable and disagreeable things. So the solution to this is not either running away from the world that and finding some artificial place that there are no disagreeable things. It's difficult to find that, and it's also not to like destroy unpleasant and disagreeable things. And one may even think about that, but how many things we have to destroy in that case. So the real solution for this is to like understand that disagreeable things, unpleasant things are going to present, and so but those are not really the problem. And so those things will only develop kind of dislike in us, and that's something that we can bear. It will not bring such a big toll to our body and mind. So if you don't put thoughts, the unwise way of thinking to this initial dislike, and it will remain there as initial dislike. There are disagreeable things what to do, right? People don't behave exactly the way we want to behave. We understand it, we understand their background, and we it's disagreeable, definitely, it's unpleasant, definitely. And if we have a relationship, we can help them to grow beyond. And but we can't do anything with the natural environment or physical conditions, but we accept it and we evaluate our own this level of dislike, and we don't put those thoughts and in those ingredients that will develop into a strong anger. So we need mindfulness and Yonisho Manasikara, the wise way of thinking about this unpleasant experience. And that is how we can stop feeding our dislike into an anger. So we need to have this wisdom to understand that any discussion about any procedures, any practices about overcoming hate, helping people to overcome ill will, and need to be done on the basis of this understanding that hate or ill will is not one thing. It's not something one will quickly at once experience. It is a gradual, and it's a spectrum. It's a continuum, and there are many stages on this whole continuum. And if you know these stages, if you know this gradual development, if you know what will feed this continuum, it is much easier for us to handle these things. So let us be reflective of your next moment of irritation, of your next moment of anger. We are definitely going to experience a lot of those experience common to our human living. But then let us use our mindfulness to accept, observe and accept it, and then acknowledge it. And there's not something wrong with us. Of course, we can overcome that, but that's our natural, normal, ordinary nature. But we have to be wise to not to develop that initial dislike into anger or hate. We can do it by not feeding it, or not like thinking about it in the way that we will develop that dislike into an anger. We can be watchful of our own thoughts, own interpretations, our own the way our mind is trying to connect this in very simple experience to so many other things, and then make it so much bigger than what it is. So that's what we do normally. So let us pay attention to that process, and then we can make our mind free from that, developing that into an anger. And as a result, we can also help our body, because anger is a heavy emotion. There are so many changes happening in our whole body also. It's a big toll to our body. I remember now, the Martin Luther King Jr. said that the hate is too much of a burden to carry. So definitely, it's giving so much harm, doing so much harm to our body. So we can protect ourselves, and then of course, in that whole process, we are also benefiting so many others too. So let us understand this whole mental phenomena, emotion within our own self, and then once we experience our own dislike, our own anger, and once we use these techniques to deal with that, and then we are better prepared to help others also to achieve that inner peace. So that is our message today. So of course, developing loving kindness is also an antidote to not to have so much of irritations. The more loving kindness we practice, the more softness, more calmness we develop in our mind. So even the initial irritation will be less, when we practice loving kindness meditation too. So we are developing an antidote, an opposite way of mind, and we make that state of the mind most familiar state of our mind rather than others aspect. So with that, I hope that we can conclude our discussion. But if you have any questions to ask, actually you can use our live chat section in your YouTube. Right now, you can type your question. We can see your questions. If you have any question or anything you like to ask, here you can see this live chat. You can type it and send us, and you can see it. Do you want to type any question? You can do it now. Maybe one day we need to do some workshop teaching people how to type their question in the live chat section. Okay, we didn't receive any question right now, so maybe you may not have any questions to ask. So in that case, we can move to the other part of the program. So if you have chanting books, you can turn to page number 14. If you do not have a chanting book, please also write it here, and then we will find a way to send you a chanting book. And if you don't have a chanting book with you, please write it here and let us know, and we will find a way to send you a chanting book. So page 14. Let us now move to the other part of the program. This is to share the merits with all others. Today, by coming here and doing our chanting together, doing our practice together, we have generated so much of merit, so much of goodness, so much of good karma. And now it is time that we can share these merits, this good karma with so many others. First of all, let us to go to our mind people who loved us so much, people who sacrificed for us a lot. So all the family members and departed relatives, let us be grateful to all of them and express our gratitude, our thankfulness, and share these merits with all of them. May all of our departed family members, our ancestors, our relatives, may they all share these merits. And today, especially three of us have a special person to share these merits. One of our professors, who taught us when we were studying in the university, he just passed away yesterday, I think. So he has been a great teacher for many of us. His name is Professor Migas Kumbura. So we think about him and we share these merits with that great teacher, a great professor who inspired so many students. And you can also share these merits with anyone that you care about. May all of them share these merits. May all of them be well, happy, and peaceful. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu Sukhita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any living being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share these merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata hi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Okay, now it is a blessing chant. 3 of us are going to do a blessing chant for you, and we really appreciate your participation today. We will do this. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra given by the Buddha, and this particular sutra was given by the Buddha for the out of great loving kindness and great compassion for all living beings. So we are going to chant the same sutra, same loving kindness sutra for you. And may you receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. And may you receive the blessings of the wholesome vibration that we are generating now. And may you receive the blessings of the loving kindness that we are continuously radiating towards you. By the power of these blessings, may you be protected. May you be blessed with good health, stronger immunity. And may you be able to maintain your inner peace. And you can also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, your friends, whoever you like to share these blessings with. And we recall to our mind or everyone, people who come to our meditation usually, and especially we also want to think about our Nancy's father, David, and wishing him peace and comfort and ease in his body and mind. And you keep anyone in your mind, and may you all receive these blessings. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karniyamanta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamit च सक्को जो च सोजो च सुवचो च समुदो अनतिमानि संतो संसको च सुबरो च अपकिंचो च सल्लहुकवुन्ति संक्रिन्द्रियो च निपको च अपगम्बो कुलेषु अननुगिन्दो न च कुन्दं समाचरे किञ्चियेन विඤ्ञो परे उपवदीयं सुखिनो वाकेमिनो हन्तु सब्बे सत्ता भवन्तु सुखितन्ता ये केचिपानभूतन्ति तसावाता वरावा अनवशेषाधिगावाये महन्तावा मज्जिमारंसकानुकतुलादिट्ठावा येव अन्दिट्ठा ये च दूरे वसन्ति अविदूरे भूतावा सम्भवे शिवा सब्बे सन्ता भवन्तु सुखितन्ता न परो परं निकुम्भेत नातिमन्येत कथचिनं कञ्चे व्यारोसना पटिग संज्ञानान्यमन्यसंस दुःखमिच्चेय माता यथा नियं पुत्रं आयुषा एकपुत्रमनुरज्ञे एवं पि सर्वभूतेषु मानसं भावये अपरिमाणं मितं च सर्वलोकस्मिन् मानसं भावये अपरिमाणं उद्धं अतो च तिर्यं च असंभारं अवेरं असपन्तं पेट्टं चरं निसिन्नो सयानो वा यावतंस विगतमिन्दो एतं सतिं अदिन्तेय ब्रह्ममेतं विहारम् इदमाहो दिट्ठिं च अनुपगम्यशीलवादंसनेन सम्पन्नो कामेषु विनियगेदं न हि जातु गम्भस्रियं पुनरेति तेन सञ्चवज्ञेन सोत्थिते होतु सम्पदायेतेन सञ्चवज्ञेन सम्बरोगो विनाशंसतु एतेन सञ्चवज्ञेन होतु ते जयमङ्गलम् सब्बेतियो विवज्जन्तु सम्बरोगो विनाशंसतु माते भवत्वन्तरायो सुखी दीर्घायुको भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वबुद्धानुभावेन सदा सुन्ति भवन्तु ते भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वधर्मानुभावेन sada sotthi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us try to recall to our mind whatever kind deed you may have the opportunity to do during last few days. Recall your past few days and remind yourself a moment that you were able to be kind to someone, helping someone, or listening to someone, giving some help to someone. Just recall a concrete, actual moment. Let us rejoice. These moments of kindness, these kind moments show that we can overcome our defilements, we can grow our goodness. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in free my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about the recent event that you received some help, some kindness from someone. Or even you heard about a kind deed of someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me. and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you everyone for joining with us today. We got few questions actually. We are sorry, yeah, we got them much little later. So we will try to address those questions next time. So we got a question from Mansi Varma, and so we will talk about them in next week. And then of course we got the message from Adrian. Thank you, Adrian, for okay, just a thank you, Adrian, for your message. Nice message. And if you like to know about specific topics in our future discussions, please write them over here. I think the Menzi also suggested the topics we can talk about it. So please type, whatever topic you like to know more about, whatever issue they'd like us to talk about, please write it over here. So then we will get them. So then maybe wait for a while until they type. Looks like it takes some time to come.
I won't be here
Next
couple
week.
of weeks, and
Yeah.
so thank you so much for joining with me for the loving kindness meeting.
Yeah, Bante will be away for a few weeks to Arizona. So for that week he will not be here, but he will join us from there, right, Bante? Yeah, from there you will join us, right? I mean, yeah, you can. Yes. So thank you everyone, and hope to see you next week. So. අයිමනි ඒක මටිය පහුවෙනා වගේ එන්න මතර අර අරලා ආව ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඒක ඊට පස්සේ